So the Khilji dynasty, as you all know, we have studied about the Mamluk dynasty in the previous class. Now let us study about the Khilji dynasty. Now before we study about the Khilji dynasty, let us just revise quickly which were the rulers you all came across in the Mamluk dynasty. Can we just brief it quickly? Who all were the rulers?
Qutbuddin Aibak,
Iltutmish,
Very good.
Ruknuddin Feroz Shah, Razia
Razia
Sultan,
Sultan, Narsuruddin
Nursuddin
Mahmud,
Ahmad,
Mehram
Ghayafuddin
Shah,
Balban.
Masood Shah, then Naziruddin Mahmud,
Yes.
then Ghiyasuddin Balban.
Very
Ghayafuddin
good,
Balban.
very good. So you all gave me according to the chronology also, one after the other, which ruler came. So you so the among these were all the rulers who were involved in the Mamluk dynasty. Now, as you know that Balban was the last ruler. You remember, children, we had studied in the Mamluk dynasty. Balban was the last ruler, and he was also called as autocratic ruler. What things did he do to prove that he is the person who is, God's representatives? Who will tell me?
He formulated a theory of kingship,
Yes,
also known as divine right.
Also the rituals of Sijda and Paibos.
correct, correct. And
The spy system so that no one would
yes, yes, yes,
No
yes.
one would betray him.
Very good. He also introduced the spy system. Very good, all of you. So now we all know that he took up the throne with, bad intentions, right? Having killed the other king, he took it forcefully. And then when he became the king, he started ruling in his own way. He did not thought about the welfare of the people, but he had his own personal interest. And he was the last ruler of the Mamluk dynasty. All right. Now, with the end of Mamluk dynasty, pay attention over here. Okay. With the end of the Mamluk dynasty, the power of the slave sultans and pure Turks came to an end. So now, as the Mamluk dynasty came to an end, how it came to an end? It was Jalaluddin Khilji who had overthrown all the successors of Balban. All right. Now, the Khilji was named after a village in Afghanistan. Do you know this? Did you know this? From where this word Khilji came? It was the name of one of the village in Afghanistan. Please underline this, everyone. Please underline this. Done? Okay. So if at all you might get an objective question that how this name Khilji was derived from. So this word Khilji dynasty was named after a village which is in Afghanistan. Now some of the historians claim that they were Afghans and others say that they originated from the Turks. All right. This dynasty ushered in the reign of Indian Muslims. The founder of this dynasty, important word, Jalaluddin Khilji. He had overthrown the successors of Balban and ascended the throne in Delhi. So now, when these Afghan rulers, historians think that all these Afghan rulers, they basically had come from Afghanistan. But some people feel that no, their origin is from the Turks, that is from Turkish. But who's the founder of this dynasty, Khilji dynasty, children?
Jalaluddin Khilji.
Jalaluddin Khilji. Please underline. Let me ask you all one more question over here. Who was the founder of Mamluk dynasty?
Qutbuddin Aibak.
Very good. Jalaluddin Aibak. Now, how did Jalaluddin Khilji took over the throne? He overthrew all the successors of Balban. Whoever was succeeding Balban, he overthrew them. And then he took up the throne.
Ma'am, overthrew means he killed him.
Yeah, he did not allow them to become the next king, right? He gave a tough time to them. He attacked them, right? Got it?
Okay.
Now we will see about Jalaluddin Khilji. We'll learn more about Jalaluddin Khilji. First of all, please underline this. Even underline this last line, Pradyumna. Jalaluddin Khilji had overthrown the successors of Balban. Underline this even in your textbook, children, so that if it comes for objective questions, you will be able to revise it before your exams. Now, Jalaluddin Khilji was an elderly man of how many years of age? 70 years.
70
Yes,
years.
70 years.
yes, y'all are right. You know, he took up the throne when he was almost 70 years of age. Now, let us see how was the nature of Jalaluddin Khilji. Please underline. Jalaluddin Khilji was very kind. He was very generous. He allowed the nobles to keep their powers. All right. And initial days of his kingship, you know, as soon as he took up the throne, so he did not get this support from the nobles and those around him. It was only due to his character and due to his generosity he was able to settle in his territory. And now, being, as we all know, he was a person who was very kind, very generous. He was a person with peaceful and a mild man. So what did he do? He hardly used to involve himself in different conquests, okay, different attacks, okay. He hardly involved himself in expanding his territories, okay. What was his main focus was whatever territories he had, he just wanted to protect those territories from the Mongol attack. He managed to do that instead of expanding his. See, if you compare him with the other rulers which we had studied in the Mamluk dynasty, you remember they not only protected their own territory, but they even expanded their territory. Yes,
Yes.
but now. Since Jalaluddin Khilji's nature was completely different. He was, please underline his attributes. Underline this, that he was an elderly man of 70 years. Underline he was kind, he was generous. No, not the everything, just the keywords, beta. Okay. Underline that his being a peaceful and mild man, he did not pursue many conquests. Underline that. Okay. This is all about Jalaluddin Khilji. Now, this is remarkable. Please keep on mind. I hope everybody else is also underlining.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yeah. Done. Should I proceed further?
Yes, ma'am.
Underline this. He did manage to defend his, the entire sentence. He did manage to defend his territory from the Mongol attack. You know, this Mongol attack fear was there even in the Mamluk dynasty,
Yes,
isn't
ma'am.
it?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes.
Balban was so feared.
Yes, so they what did he do? His focus was to save his territory from the Mongols. Now, in the year 1290, he invaded the fort Ranthambore. This is important. In the year 1290, Jalaluddin Khilji invaded the fort Dash. So, fort of Ranthambore. Second thing, what did he do was, in the year 1292, he captured Mandawar from the Rajputs. So these are the only two things which he did it during his rule. All right. Have you all underlined, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you all understood till here, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's proceed further. In the year 1292, the Mongols, under the leadership of Abdullah, attacked Punjab. Jalaluddin immediately reached the banks of the Indus to meet his adversary. He defeated the advance guard of the Mongol forces, but besought peace for fear of the main force. Peace was agreed upon and the Mongols withdrew. However, Ulugh, a descendant of Genghis Khan, accepted Islam and continued to stay in India. So now what had happened, as we saw in the year 1290, he invaded the fort. In the year 1292, he captured Mandawar. And one more thing he did in the same year, that was in the year 1292, when he came to know that the Mongols under the leadership of Abdullah, they are approaching, okay, for an attack. So immediately, what did he do? He went to the banks of river Indus, all right, to meet his adversary. Adversary means enemies, okay. And then what did he do? See, as we all know about his nature, he was a person who was very kind, who was very generous, okay. So he, instead of having wars, he preferred solving the problem with a peaceful settlement. So this he did even here when the Mongols were planning to attack. So what did he do? He asked them, to do a peaceful settlement. And yes, the Mongols agreed on the peaceful settlement and they withdrew their attack. Understood, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Want me to repeat? Everyone understood this? I'll repeat.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. When Mongols under the leadership was planning to attack Punjab, Jalaluddin Khilji immediately went and met all the enemies at the bank of river Indus. And over there, he persuaded them that instead of having an attack, we will have a peaceful settlement. And the Mongols agreed to it and they withdrew their attack. Got it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
there's one more important name. Please underline that name. Ulugh, a descendant of Genghis Khan, he accepted Islam and then he continued to stay in India. Fine. Let's continue. Now we will come across one more new name, children. And this new name is very, very important. Why? Because it is only, you will come to know in the further pages, in the further paragraphs, that because of him, Jalaluddin Khilji had lost his throne. And who was he? That person. Yes, Mishti?
No, ma'am, you can continue. I was saying the name. I thought you asked.
Okay, tell me the name if you know. No problem.
Alauddin Khilji.
Very good. It was his nephew, Alauddin Khilji. Very nice, very nice. So it is over here on the first page. Can you see? In the year 1294, his nephew Alauddin, all right, what did he do? He raided Devagiri in the south and defeated Ramchandra Yadav, the ruler. Alauddin returned home with immense treasures comprising gold and precious articles. Now, looking at this, how Alauddin invaded or raided the Devagiri in south, and he defeated the ruler. So, looking at this, we come to know that compared to Jalaluddin, Alauddin had good military skills. He was the best ruler in terms of fighting and attacking or expanding his territory.
In war.
Yeah, in war he had good skills, war skills. So I'll underline this, please, everyone. In 1294, his nephew Alauddin raided the place. He defeated the ruler Ramchandra Yadav and he took away all the treasures. Okay. Now, as a ruler, Jalaluddin was weak. See, we got the answer, isn't it? Compared to Alauddin, Jalaluddin was very weak. Since he was unable to strengthen and enlarge his empire. As I told you before, that he was concentrating more on protecting his territory from the enemies instead of, having a focus on expanding
Eh,
his territories.
Instead
Ma'am,
of
he was,
defeating some territories.
Yes, yes.
ma'am,
So
he was protective.
yeah, he
He had
always
faith in him.
preferred having a peaceful settlement instead of having a war. Additionally, he was unable to curb any rebellious aims against him, and he treated the rebels with leniency and mildness. Okay, whoever would rebel against him, how would he respond to them? With
Ma'am,
very
peaceful
leniency
mind.
and mildness. All right. So there were conspiracies against him to overthrow Jalaluddin or to kill Jalaluddin. All right. Now, in this conspiracy, there was one saint whose name was Siddhi Maula. Can you see the name Siddhi Maula?
Yes, ma'am.
Please highlight. Okay. Now, he was supportive of the rebellious chiefs. Jalaluddin got him trampled under the feet of an elephant. However, in other such incidents, he acted with great care and concern. So, when he came to know about his rebellious chief, that is Siddhi Molla, who was against him, what did he do? He made him trampled under the feet of an elephant. Okay, he gave him such a punishment. But if at all such incident would occur in future or in the past, Jalaluddin would never react in such a manner. Okay, instead he would react with great care and great concern. All right, please underline this also. Jalaluddin was weak since he was unable to strengthen and enlarge his empire. All right, you can underline he treated the rebels with leniency and mildness. Third line, leniency, yeah, only that much. Treated the rebels with leniency and mildness. So you'll come to know about his nature. These are all the attributes which, if at all you all are answering any question or any short note about Jalaluddin Khilji, you all can include all these pointers. Now, in the year 1296, he was murdered by his nephew and son-in-law Alauddin. Son-in-law means the husband of his daughter. Okay, Jalaluddin Khilji's daughter's husband. All right, so he was also his nephew also. So please underline this. In the year 1296, Jalaluddin Khilji was murdered by his nephew and Alauddin and son-in-law Alauddin, who even killed and blinded his grandsons. Now see, nephew, that means he knew that he is a nephew, he is not a real son. So he knew that after Jalaluddin Khilji, who would take up the throne? It was his son
Sons.
Sir,
and his
grandsons.
grandsons, right? So what did he do to, in a greed to have the throne? He first killed
Jalaluddin.
Jalaluddin. Okay.
Jalaluddin.
And then what did he do? He
Remove.
blinded
Blinded
all his sons
all the
and
He
all
sons.
his
removed their
grandsons
eyes.
so that nobody is capable of taking up the throne. Then he knows that he will be the only person who will be left to take up the throne once his sons and grandsons all are blinded, right? So this was the greed.
Ma'am, he was
Got it,
so
everyone?
evil.
Yeah, that
Ma'am, he
is
was
so.
evil than Bourbon.
Yes, yes. So y'all could compare, right? That's good. That's good. Very good. So now, to ensure his ascension to the throne, Alauddin had Jalaluddin's head carried through the province on a spearhead for all to see. So, Yash, as you are saying, this is so cruel. Just imagine, his cruelty did not stop there. What else did he do? He took up the head of Jalaluddin and went over in the entire territory so that even the people, common people who are there in his territory,
They are
also,
scared of him.
yeah, they are scared, and nobody
Didn't
asked
dare.
to rebel against him, that why so he did this, right? Got it, everyone? Have you all understood about Jalaluddin Khilji?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I have one
Ma'am, I have a
question.
question.